Hello, Astro friends, on the 12th of February. And yes, it's a sunny window at this point. So I decided to step out on the balcony and do the weekly recording for the Astro Weather and Astro Medicine. So here it is. And happy Lunar New Year. Still, again, ongoingly. Started 2 days ago on the 10th of February, right after the Aquarius new moon, the second new moon after winter solstice. And now we are in the year of the Yang Wood Dragon. Some people asked me a few more questions around the Chinese New Year in my Facebook post. So, by the way, also in the show notes is my Facebook page where you can find daily astro weather. So, what's with that young wood dragon? Yes, every 12 years the animal of the year returns. So, we haven't had a dragon year since 2012 and interestingly, and now we have the wood dragon. At the time it was the water dragon. So the water dragon, that's the element, sorry, now the wood dragon, the element, the elements also change. There's 5 elements in the Chinese system, and they change from water to wood to fire to earth to metal and back to water. So they feed into each other, right? So water feeds wood, water feeds plants, are all growing things. Liquidity, fluidity, connection that helps with new growth. And new growth is also very activated currently, coming even more in April and especially in the month of April, also May still, but via the Aries and the Taurus energy. Today and tomorrow we have the moon in Aries. And that, in a way, is also a fresh activation of the dragon. It's even said that the dragon emerges, comes out of the egg after when the new moon sliver is first being seen, and that should be this evening if we haven't seen it yesterday evening. Nothing here, it was overcast, but maybe today we have a chance. We have now sunshine. So, yep, the dragon emerges with the Aries new moon, extra auspicious for new beginnings. And yeah, the dragon energy itself is, of course, controversial if you're still um, subscribing to and caught in the old lore of dragon slaying. I had a few discussions with a friend about that. And yes, of course, that comes from legends and mythologies that had to do with brave, noble knights and courageous men who slayed beasts that were apparently apparently attacking villages and people. So we don't know who these beings were. They could have been dragons. And the point is here also that the Christianity took that mythology and demonstrated by that the dichotomy and just juxtaposition of good and evil. So onto the dragon, the whole theme of demonic forces, the devil, was projected. In contrast to that, we have in the Eastern, in the Asian, and especially Chinese world, the theme of dragon power. Dragon is a powerful force of nature, right, that needs to be harnessed and also activated in ourselves. Of course, all sorts of institutions and powers that be, no more, they're not so interested in each one of us harnessing our power, but this is also what's coming now with Pluto in Aquarius and met by Mars tomorrow. That happens twice, happens every 2 years, but this is the first time that Mars meets Pluto in Aquarius. So another strong activation for power that needs to be acted on and not just projected or getting angry at or reacting to, but it has to do, of course, also with dealing with our inner shadow, which is also Pluto, right? Shadow can be our own needs for control, typically, judgment, all sorts of things that we don't want the world to see and even deny ourselves. And it's time to really approach those, be brave in that regard. We don't have to slay them, kill them in terms of repressing them again, put them back into the cave, make them more angry there, but actually meeting them and see what is the pearl, which is also the dragon's treasure, right? The pearl that they carry and they want to bring to us. So the essence, the core, the wisdom, whatever it may be that comes from meeting the shadow. This much for now for the dragon. Of course, I'd love to discuss those things also in a private session, especially if we are looking at your Pluto themes and how Pluto in Aquarius affects you. So that could be a great occasion for that. And let's move on. Aries style. Yes, Mars enters Aquarius today. That's one of the big news this week. After last week, it's been very focused on the Aquarius new moon and the lunar new year. So now Mars joins in Aquarius, and on Friday it will be Venus. More Aquarius energy coming in to already the sun, of course, only until next Sunday. The moon has been in Aquarius as the new moon. Mercury is now in Aquarius, and of course, Pluto is in Aquarius. So it's a very Aquarian week. And what's with Mars? So Mars will enter Aquarius this evening and be there until March 22nd. I call the theme in my blog, which I also post a link below, and you can read up all these blog articles for these shifts, right? So when a planet enters a new sign, when a planet goes retrograde, new moon, full moon, Chinese New Year, all of that, I write blogs for. And they're all on the WordPress. And you are welcome to get notified. So basically, subscribe if you want. Then you see them first. Don't miss one. And in my Facebook page, on my Facebook page, I always I always post links to these blogs as well. Anyway, so Mars enters Aquarius. So what's the motto? I gave it on the blog article. Light warriors show up, and we need to unite in freedom, right? And in friendship. So this is a very good energy to come together with your maturity, right? Coming out of Capricorn and all that you have experienced in life, your experience, bring that to community, bring that to the people, join forces and be a force for and of the light. This is very much the Mars and Aquarius energy. Of course, it can also bring up lots of social unrest, right? Because Aquarius has to do with society and systems and political dynamics, right? And there can be more conflict. So how can we again anchor the light into that and not go so much into the polarization? It's also a great time to pursue anything scientific, anything that is group oriented, of course, right? Approaching, taking first steps, and being proactive when you um, want to meet people. Don't wait for them to show up. This is all very much apropos Mars in Aries. It's a very moon Mars energy, especially literally tomorrow when Mars rule of Aries goes into Aquarius, and the moon is also still in Aries. What does that bring up from the moon's perspective, from our emotional sensitive side? Because the moon will activate Chiron, that is in Aries for a long time, right? Has been since 2019 and continues to be till 2027. Chiron is known as the archetype of the wounded healer and teacher. So it can bring up our wounds, our vulnerabilities regarding being bold, being courageous, showing up for ourselves, as ourselves, and taking action and stepping into something new and unknown. So that can even bring up very early wounds from early in life. If something like that happened and traumatic events were associated with that, of course, it brings up those wounds, but only to be healed and to be met with presence, with the baby steps, right? One step at a time, and yeah, so with care, right, from the moon side. Otherwise, it could be more re-traumatization and all of this, right? So we're all in this together, says Mars in Aquarius, as Aquarius in general, and would be good also to share in authenticity with your friends where you're at when it comes to anything new and anything that you need to do now. So we can all help each other, right? That's the Aquarius side of it all. Don't have to be divided and be in competition with each other. Then what else is going on this week? Speaking of the moon will be in Aries until Wednesday, Valentine's, in the morning at 7:02 a.m. and go into Taurus, where she's exalted and particularly happy because it is all about joy and pleasure, and also slowing down after this Aries rush we might have experienced since today. Aries activates things and gets the ball rolling, but it can burn you out if you keep doing this pace and dynamic. So, yes, the moon goes into Taurus on Valentine's. That's beautiful for especially anything enjoyable, including also food. And, oops, what was that? Felt like a bird was going through my balcony door. I'll figure out later. Anyway, yeah, so the moon will be in Taurus most of the 14th, then also all of the 15th, and into the 16th, Friday, 11:39 a.m., when she goes into Gemini, and will be in Gemini until the evening of Sunday, most of the weekend. So Gemini being a very communicative, curious, interested energy and vibe. So it'd be great to come together, especially the Gemini Aquarius connection. Come together with friends, share, learn from each other, give each other new impulses, and yeah, good for communication, for writing. Also, if you're more introverted, for writing about scientific things, about the system and so on, right? Gemini and Aquarius. Then the moon goes into Cancer in her own abode on Sunday the 18th in the evening at 7:25 p.m., which is just 45 minutes before the sun enters Pisces. So it's on the lunar and on the solar side, a transition from air to water, and the moon and sun will be basically entwined with each other in a very friendly, um, compatible, harmonious place with each other. That's nice. The trine is exact at 7:21 p.m. on Sunday the 18th. And yeah, I'll be at a dinner. That's a nice time for that. The moon will be continue to be in Cancer until the following Wednesday, the 11th, when in the morning or early morning when she goes into Leo. So Cancer energy is awesome for anything that is nurturing, homey, and caring, right? Family, right? So you might want to really get together with family or with your spirit family and with your energy and the family where you have a resonance with, which is very much apropos Pisces. Speaking of Pisces, so we are coming to the cusp from Gemini to Cancer, sorry, from from Aquarius to Pisces, which will be the cusp energies basically next weekend, in 17th, 18th into the 19th. So if you were born those days, you also have a very cuspy solar and spirit yeah, energy side to you, consciousness energy. It's all about resonance, call it the resonance point, the synergy point, going into sync, and that can literally mean like dancing, music, all of that, or anything that makes you feel relaxed and feel at home with the field, so to say, with the energy field and with people, with one another, and also called it at some point Kuan Yin point. Kuan Yin being again the link to the Chinese system is the very revered goddess in the East, goddess of compassion. So she showers the world and humanity with, and all beings, right, with love and compassion. So yin, very yin energy. We might really be like to have this balance in contrast and in complementary and basically in um, marrying the very strong yang masculine energy that comes with the wood dragon. Now, what's also going on this week, what's also coming up is Venus. Speaking of the yin and feminine side, on Friday, which is traditionally Venus Day because it is the days of the week are named after gods and goddesses of the Roman, Greek, Celtic calendar, and Venus relates to Friday relates to Venus, Viernes. You can see it in Spanish, Viernes. You can see it in French, um, Vendredi. You can see it in Italian. I believe it's also Venedi or something. And so it's Friday also relates, by the way, to Freya. So it's the Norse goddess. That's the equivalent of Venus, um, Freya. And we have on Friday, the 16th, Venus making a move into Aquarius, surprise, surprise, from Capricorn. So she will be in Aquarius until March the 11th and bring a lot of the themes of love and freedom into the energy field. So if you are good with that, with love is freedom, or also freedom comes from love. Maybe you feel like, okay, something is coming to a completion, to an end with Venus in Capricorn, has had its time, maybe literally a relationship, a friendship, right? So then you might also feel, yeah, coming from this place of love and at the same time knowing things are impermanent from this transition into Pisces side as well. Um, you might really feel that only love can help with completion and with freedom that comes from that. And yeah, so love and liberty. And then on the 17th, the day after, Venus also connects with Pluto. Same or similar, but different vibe to it. Then Mars connecting with Pluto tomorrow, 13th. So Venus connecting with Pluto is also coming to the core, the essence of what love really is, and also to our own inner essence. Regard how is our soul, our essence, doing, being when it comes to anything relating to love, relatedness, attraction, right? Magnetism. going to the essence, going to the core, going to what, might be again associated with the dragon, something that we're afraid of and we want to keep it in the dark. So, going to those places, meeting them with love, and meeting also our pearl of power, in this case, power of love, of course, right? So rather than still navigating in the whole thing around love, power, giving power away in relationships, or even the love of power, right? So in the end, it's the power of love that sets us free, says Venus and Aquarius in Pisces. Sorry, not yet. Sorry, it says Venus and Pluto in Aquarius. Then, yes, on Sunday, the Sun enters Pisces and will be there until the spring equinox. This is the last phase, the last month of winter. And spring equinox will be this year on the West Coast already on the 19th, and even on the East Coast US already on the 19th of March. So this is the season where it all comes together, if you will, Pisces, and we all are invited to go into this oneness consciousness, while at the same time, remember, Saturn is in Pisces, and the Sun will meet Saturn the following week. I'll just verify when that is exactly. Is it before or after the new moon? Actually, it's on the 28th of February. The Sun will meet Saturn, but the Sun approaches Saturn. And that would be a big feature in the full moon, the Virgo Pisces full moon with Sun and Saturn on the 24th. So, what's with Saturn in Pisces since a year already? Almost, not even, seems like longer. Saturn entered Pisces on March 6th, I believe it was, 2023, and will be there until Valentine's 2026. Saturn in Pisces has a lot to offer. The I would say the bottom line would be spiritual teachings. And in the meantime, we learn a lot around energy fields, around boundaries also with Saturn when it comes to not conducive vibes that we might be open to. Or on the other hand, learning to let go, to surrender, to release when we try to hold on to what's actually impermanent. Yeah, so the Sun will meet Saturn as well. And more about that in the next and following Astro News video. Speaking of Astro News, if you want to be on my email list and receive the bi-weekly, so new moon and full moon oriented Astro News via email, you're most welcome. And put my email address below. You can send me a quick message and I subscribe you manually because I'm not so sure how all these online links work. Best would be to go through me. I'm happy to do that. And you can, of course, always unsubscribe. Then, what else is going on? Yes, Valentine's is coming on the 14th and have currently the special on you might be interested in. And that is the Valentine's month of February. Actually, it goes from the 2nd to the 22nd of February 2024, and it gives you 22% off my regular consultation rates when it comes to relationship sessions. And that's not just limited to couples, it's also available for people who are solo and want to look into their relationship themes. Again, on my Facebook page and also in my Astro News email, you can find details about that, or you can shoot me a message via email and I can tell you more about it. You're most welcome, and online or in person in Victoria. I believe that's it for now, really. So it got a little longer than expected, but I again, many, many blessings for the Lunar New Year. It's just only beginning and it gives new vigor, new energy, new growth, all of that abundance and dragon power to all of us. All the best. See you again when we do, and you can see me again next week. Bye.